Hey everyone, if you know me, I'm Leo. If you don't know me, hey everyone, I'm Leo. That was a little joke at the start of the channel. This is not actually gonna be one of the videos that I normally do. As you can tell, I'm already sitting down, like, whoa. I don't know if you've seen my other video on his claimed broken ribs and disability. This video will be focusing on Critical vs Nikocado Avocado. It's not so much a beef, just a back and forth that they had that I was watching, and I thought that maybe I could add to this by taking a look and deep diving into it. So as I said, today's video is going to be a little different. What I want to do is sort of break down points from both parties, because when I looked at the videos, what I thought is that a lot of people from the commentary channel are already going to side with Charlie, and a lot of mukbang people are probably going to side with Nikocado. And there's no real middle ground, because people like to take sides on YouTube. I thought I'd take a look at both videos, take some points that I thought were interesting, and we could analyze them together. Full disclosure, Charlie is one of my favorite, if not my favorite YouTuber. I think that maybe it's important to look at both sides objectively, without bias. And full disclosure again, Nikocado Avocado is also one of my favorite people. He is hilarious to me. I'm not going to tell you to subscribe in this video, but if you like it by the end of the video and you get something out of it, then feel free to do so. It's really not one of those videos. I just thought that it would be something that I could do and bring something to the table, because I've watched both YouTubers for a pretty long time, and I think I can sort of give an even-keeled response and kind of mediate the whole thing. So not too long ago, Critical or Charlie did a video called "This YouTuber is Killing Himself," and it's a video of Nikocado Avocado. That video blew up, and to be honest, it's a pretty standard video in terms of what he says. It's a 9-minute video. There's nothing too harsh or too wrong. Nikocado for some reason took offense to this and did a 40-minute video response. Charlie in turn did a 17-minute video response, and then Nikocado Avocado did a 26-minute video response, and then followed that up with many other videos. I'm going to be taking a look at those 4 videos. I don't know if you're doing the math there. That adds up to close to 2 hours. Of course, for the sake of time and your entertainment, I'm not going to make you watch 2 hours of footage. I'm just going to get to the parts that I think are most interesting, so you don't have to worry about that. The first video Charlie posted was about Nikocado, and it was called "This YouTuber is Killing Himself." Here is what he said.
How far would you go for some updoots on the internet?
Can anybody tell me what updoots means? Does it mean clout? I think it means clout. I think we can all just go and tick that one, you know, right out the bag. This whole section and saga that Nikocado is doing is for clout. It's for views, attention. Let's not mince words in this video. What he did was clearly to get more attention, and if you want proof, all you have to do is go to his videos. If you look at the video before his saga, it didn't get as many views. Here, wait. Why didn't I do this before? What the hell is wrong with me? Alright, so the video before the one called "I Broke My Ribs" has 244,000 views 2 weeks ago. The video called "I Broke My Ribs" has 680,000 views 2 weeks ago. What he's doing is sort of sensationalizing something that happened for him to get attention, clout, and sympathy, which people on the internet like to do. They like to be sympathetic and empathetic of other people. It's just a human thing to do. So if someone's like, "I broke my ribs," of course you're gonna look at the video and be like, "Oh my god, what happened?" That's what I did. I was concerned. I even sent out a tweet at Nikocado, which he didn't respond back to. Cause why would he? The next video is called "I'm at the Hospital," 486,000 views. "My diagnosis has arrived," 530,000 views. "I'm disabled," Taco Tuesday, 554,000 views. Whereas, videos beforehand, "Flaming Hot Cheetos Noodles Mukbang," 168,000 views. "Yelling and Screaming McDonald's Mukbang," 147,000 views. "Dairy Queen Cheese Curds Onion Rings," 105,000 views. Do you see what I mean? He definitely is doing it for clout and views, and that's not disputable. So let's move on.
He's been a big name on YouTube for a while. His name's Nikocado Avocado.
That is wrong. That's the one thing. I'm sorry, Charlie. Love you, bro. His name is Nikocado Avocado, not Nikocado Avocado. All you have to do is search up his name, and it says Nikocado. Not sure if this is a joke that Charlie's doing. Maybe I'm not aware of it. But he proceeds to call him that throughout the whole saga. I don't know. I have no idea why.
If you're on Twitter, you've probably seen his asshole floating around pretty often. For some reason, it was a big trend in meme to just post Nikocado Avocado's OnlyFans content all over Twitter. So I've seen his butthole more times than I've seen him doing his mukbangs.
I too have seen this man's asshole. It's on his Twitter. He just posts it every time. Once again, Charlie's just putting facts here.
This is from his most recent video. This is kind of what his content has become.
And if you want a reason for why I love Nikocado Avocado, what the hell is that? It sounds like a seal fapping from his mouth. He's like, that's pure peak comedy. He may not be a great entertainer in terms of stand-up comedy, but physically, he's like fat Mr. Bean. Can I say that? While we're at it, actually, I want to get into a comment that I thought was really, really bad on one of Nikocado's most recent videos about Charlie. If you haven't noticed, he's been going on a streak of videos about Charlie. While Charlie seems to have all but disappeared and moved on with his content, Nikocado seems to be milking it like a proverbial cow's teat.
Cheers!
Audio Jungle.
So he's still making videos on Critical, and I feel like he's going to milk it until it's done and then move on. One of the videos that he made, he actually pinned a comment, which I thought was not too good, but I want to get into that right now. I'ma be honest, dude. Penguinz0 never cared about helping you or showing concern, and it's kinda gross for him and his brainwashed fans to keep playing that card. This was all about profit. I watched both his videos about you. His fake apology became irrelevant the moment he chose not to take down the vid causing all of this. And of course he didn't. Out of his 3,000 vids, it's already ranked in the top 15 in his entire history on YouTube. He's capitalizing off your pain. I'm actually on YouTube, but I have no idea how YouTube works still. But I looked on mobile and it doesn't look like this video has any ads on it. Because normally you can see the ads marked by a yellow line. If I go to Nikocado's video, there we go, an ad right on the start of the video. So let's quickly talk about that capitalizing off of your pain thing. Yes, the video is doing extremely well. I don't think Charlie can help what videos he does well, otherwise every YouTuber would just make millions of views with every video. Like, that's stupid. But also, I want you to note that the video is 9 minutes. On YouTube, 8 minutes qualifies as a mid-roll ad. It never used to. Before that, 10 minutes used to qualify for mid-roll ads, and mid-roll ads are usually the way people make most of their money. And besides the fact that it's none of your business how he makes his money, because yes, YouTube channel that's a commentary channel should be allowed to talk about other people, that's its whole goal. He actually doesn't seem to be someone who cares about money all that much. I don't know if you know anything about this man, but when he started his channel, for the first few years, he actually donated every month's pay. He actually raised $50,000 for charity, just by donating all of his money to them, because he didn't want money from his own videos. I just can't sit here and listen to someone be this redundantly stupid on a comment like that. And just for a rebuttal, on Nikocado's video responding to Critical's video, his video is 41 minutes. If you have ads in a 41-minute video compared to a 9-minute video, a 41-minute video getting even close to 1 million views compared to a 9-minute video getting, I don't know, 5 million views, it's not that different, I wouldn't imagine. So I think the revenue's not a huge deal for Critical. I really don't think that he did that for that reason. He's capitalizing off of your pain. You said a line before he had 3,000 videos. Do you think he needs the money from this specific video? Really? If you look at his damn banner, it's still that blue thing from a video he did years ago. This dude does not care about YouTube in the same way that other people care about it. He doesn't see it as a money-making vehicle. So that comment is rendered, in effect, useless as far as I'm concerned. I think a lot of people are defending Nikocado coming from this weird place of he just wants to shame him, but that's not at all what Critical was saying. And I think the fans need to stop weaponizing themselves on both sides. On one hand, you can't have people saying that what Charlie said is wrong, and on the other hand, you can't have people saying Nikocado should not be living or other things like that because he's overweight. That's just as bad. Anyway, that was just a stupid comment. I think stupid comments are going to be part of this whole thing. Unfortunately, that one got pinned by Nikocado. Completely wrong. The next point that Charlie makes is why we even started this whole back and forth. A while ago, Nikocado Avocado had a rib injury, and he claimed it was from breathing, which it very well might have been. And instead of just carrying on with his videos, he acted like, you know,
fuck this up his asshole.
Batman fucking shoulder charged him, and then he got hurt and broke his ribs. So every video was him in pain going, ah! And if you haven't watched the last video that I put up on it, I'd encourage you to do so, or watch anyone else's. But yeah, so he had some rib injury, and this is why he started gaining clout. Charlie basically called him out, and now we're here.
As you can tell from the title of that video, he now claims to be a disabled person. 4 years ago now, he was a very healthy person. He seemed to be pretty mentally, you know, sound. He wasn't breaking down on camera all the time and going wild and crazy from what I remember. He was even extremely good at an instrument. I think it was the violin, if I remember correctly. But then he started to notice that the videos that gained a lot of traction were videos where he was just fucking gluttonous.
Charlie brings up a great point. This man used to actually be a vegan violinist. And he was pretty damn good at violin as well. But then he ate a pizza and then 10 more, and people like, and suddenly he got hella views. Now he's got millions of subscribers. I don't know, ex-boyfriend or boyfriend who eats with him, and you know, probably a good life and a lot of money. If you want me to say something about it personally, congratulations. I didn't know eating could take you that far. Someone tell the people in Africa where I come from, there's been a breakthrough. Here I was with my people not eating. Fuck. All we had to do is eat food in copious amounts. Who would have thought? This dude got pretty big and pretty famous. That's not what I meant. I didn't mean physically. Like, he got big channel-wise. The interesting thing there is that not a little scary? That this man used to be an accomplished musician. People didn't like it as much as they liked him being gluttonous. Does that not say a lot about YouTube's climate at this point? Can I maybe just open your mind to the fact that a lot of the videos that get most of the views are by this guy called Blippi?
This looks like a scared pumpkin. Whoa!
Who kicks a soccer ball around and pretends to be educational, but it's not even fucking close. Whoa! This is not Sesame Street. I want to be completely honest with you. This dude feels like he's just playing kids for views. If you want to look at other creators, J-Station.
Kermit, are you feeling gay right now?
Eli So Cray, a person that I talked about. His most popular video has 15 million views.
Georgie, we gonna be riding his boat. We gonna disrespect Georgie. We gonna ride his boat in the sewage water.
My most popular video I don't even think I have 1 million views on a video. And I don't think that's necessarily a barometer for talent. I feel like I'm slightly better than Eli So Cray as a creator. Slightly.
Read a book, watch a cartoon show.
Hold up. You dead ass right now?
And yes, the other point is that your audience might leave when they realize your content sucks, which is what is happening to Eli So Cray. But the fact is, on YouTube, to get a big audience, sometimes being loud
You're disgusting. Stop.
is probably better than being talented. And I just thought that was an important thing to note. Maybe Nikocado tried the violin and just didn't get as far as he would like. But because of his content being loud and his charismatic fat character, he's actually getting really far and getting way more views than he ever did. That says more about YouTube and the people watching than anything else, if you ask me.
He claims to have 3 broken ribs, which is attributed to his incredible weight gain. Incredible being the wrong word, really just astonishingly upsetting weight gain that he's been putting on recently. He claims that the weight of his body has now broken a few of his ribs, which now has him bedridden. I think he also claimed to now have to have a full-time nurse in order for him to just engage in day-to-day activities.
So I actually watched all 7 videos on that topic. It took 4 hours. I died. He didn't actually say that. He did say that it was his breathing that caused the ribs to go outward, and it wasn't a weight problem, which I had a hard time believing, honestly, but I also have a hard time believing just by sitting he could have broke the ribs. You know, it's anyone's guess. He also didn't have a personal assistant, which is why he said that he took his shit on the counter and peed in the sink. Just the mental image of a man pooping on the floor and peeing in the sink is... Maybe he should have got a damn medical assistant, honestly.
People have been saying for the last couple years that Nikocado Avocado is literally killing himself for YouTube views, and it's absolutely true. He is slowly killing himself and documenting the journey the entire time while having an understanding of exactly what he's doing. It has been an extremely sad thing to see.
This is the topic that's going to be the hardest thing to break down. Because on one hand, factually speaking, this man is indeed wrecking his life. Have you guys ever seen that documentary Super Size Me? A guy eats McDonald's every day. I think it's for a month. It might be for a year. I don't know. But his doctor even like,
You gonna die.
you gotta stop this, bro. You're gonna die. You're gonna explode and Big Macs is gonna come out of your tummy. He didn't say that, but he should have. And this guy got not only like bigger sized, but his mental health suffered. He felt more depressed. He didn't want to exercise, work out, and things just weren't good. And factually speaking, the body mass index of Nikocado for his height and weight is classified as obese. It can cut between 6 or 14 depending on where you are on the BMI scale. So factually speaking, yes, this man is wrecking his own life. However, we'll get to Nicocado's rebuttal in a second. I think he has some valid points himself.
His views are high, which is exactly why he does it. Yeah, most of them have more dislikes than likes, but even on the one I showed you, that's still like 4,000 likes. So there are 4,000 people dropping a fat like, leaving an encouraging comment.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop a little gem on you, a little YouTube knowledge, if you will. I think some of you might know this, but engagement on YouTube is engagement. What I mean by that is, on Nicocado's video, I broke my ribs, he got 9.1 thousand likes and 9,000 dislikes. You'd think YouTube would look at that metadata and be like, oh bro, so many people dislike this video, let's throw it in the trash. But YouTube is like a stupid idiot baby. They look at that and they're like, 9,000 people and then 9,000 more people engage with the content? Bro, people must love this shit. That's it. They don't care if you like or dislike. Believe it or not, the likes or dislikes bar doesn't matter. As long as you're clicking on either side, they're like, oh shit, people are watching. And then they just put it out to more people. So it gets more engagement. Regardless if you leave a hate comment or a like comment, a comment counts as engagement. So everyone who's hating on Nicocado's videos or leaving a dislike is helping him. And Nikocado knows this, because he plays the game, baby. That's the secret behind his magic, baby. I'm sorry, I know, it's like a magician revealing the trick. It's like he pulled a rabbit out of his hat and he's like, really, what I did was I hit it in my ass and just whoop. Sorry.
This is just another one of those things where it's like, man, the links people go to for some internet fame, like, you know, it's just upsetting to see.
So Charlie ends the first video by saying the length that some people go to for views is just upsetting. And I 100% agree. I care about Nikocado as much as any of his viewers do. I want to see this man happy. That doesn't necessarily mean I don't want to see him lose weight, to be honest. If you want my personal opinion, I think he's fine. If he can move around and he can do the things that he does and he's happy, I'm happy. I don't care. If he's just good with making content and he's happy in his heart, then who am I to judge him? However, I understand that it's not the healthiest thing that he's doing. We do care as people. We just want to see him do well and live a long and prosperous life. Because as far as people go, you want to see your fellow creators do well. However, Nikocado responded to the video and did not take this well at all. He came out with his war boots on and he started marching when he came out too.
Fiddlesticks!
Keep in mind, he said his ribs were broken, and he's like doing this in the next video. Do you know how much that would hurt? I sprained my foot once, and it was so painful to walk home. I had to hop on one foot. This dude is like, I bless the rains down. It's healed.
Who is this? Who is this person? Who are you?
That's Charlie. He's got like 9 million subscribers. A lot of people know him.
And talk about my weight and my appearances and to fixate on how I look as if I don't have the right to exist because I happen to have a little water weight, because I happen to be a little fluffy.
In all fairness, I don't think Charlie once said anything about your weight. I do see where you're getting that from though, because he did compare pictures of Nikocado from when he was thinner. And he actually used a picture from Nikocado was like on his water diet or some crazy diet that Nikocado goes on to say was when he was at his unhappiest. He wasn't happy when he's skinny. And he is happy now that he's a bit fluffier. Which I think is okay, believe it or not. Because at the end of that sentence, he said the word fluffy. And like in my head, I was like, fluffy. Do you guys know Gabriel Iglesias? He's one of the best comedians, and he is indeed a fluffy man, a happy fluffy man. And nobody makes fun of his weight, because who cares? It's just a good dude having fun in life. At the end of the day, if you're happy with whatever body or weight you're in, that's fine. I do understand Nikocado's point. There's this perception that if you're like a certain weight, that you're just, that's happiness. Because if you're fat, you're unhappy. But I don't necessarily think that's true. I think some people just enjoy food, and hell, if they can afford it, I don't see the problem. I would be concerned if Nikocado keeps growing, and he does seem like he is growing every time I look at him. But until he ends up in one of those pig troughs and he can't move and he has to get Rhonda to like wipe his back, I think we'll be okay.
Apparently, I'm encouraging people to eat unwell. Excuse me. Excuse me. Click the link below and get yourself a cameo.
Again, this is not something that Charlie said at all, but the other thing that's pretty funny is that this dude just never misses an opportunity to advertise his cameo. You know, it's a serious video. If you're trying to do a serious rebuttal video, you don't start the video with like, hey guys, psh, got my new kicks right here. Anyway, I wanted to talk about how Gene called me stupid again. Fuck Gene. You have to be a little more serious. You can make another video. You make a video every day, Nick. Don't advertise your cameo. What are we gonna talk about, bro? You were disabled 2 days ago. Can you advertise your medical bills or something? If you're gonna do a video and try and have it serious, don't be advertising shit like that, bro. That's like advertising your OnlyFans in the middle of the video, like, hey, this donut has a hole in it. Almost like the hole in my ass that you're gonna see on my OnlyFans. $2.99 a year. Nobody wants to see it.
He said something about me being vegan. Oh, look, he was so skinny. And he showed photos of me when I had just rotted a tooth out of my face, had to get surgery, had such low iron levels that I was anemic, that I had low libido, that I had brain issues. By the way, don't send him hate. Don't send him things about his appearance. Don't send his mental health into a dark space, which is happening now, thanks to him.
So then Nikocado brings up a very decent point that brought up at the start of the video. People saying mean things.
All the newest comments under my newest video. This person doesn't deserve to have a channel. Okay, so because I overeat sometimes and happen to be a little fluffy, I don't deserve. Do we live in there's no free speech anymore? Okay, this person's disgusting, fat pig. I can smell you from here. You should sooner get this over with. Who's here from Penguinz? Fat slob, looks like a fat Grinch.
I absolutely agree. These types of comments are disgusting. They're horrible. There's no need for anybody to say that to him, because that's, quite frankly, not the way you should be talking to anyone, let alone someone who just eats. He didn't take away anyone's food. He didn't body slam someone and then eat their lunch. He just ate food. There's nothing that needs to be said in like any bad light about him. I hate how some of the comments have like this malicious nature, and they're just really mean-spirited. At the same time, Nikocado did pin that comment for Charlie to see about his stupid fan who didn't understand the response at all. So here we go. On both sides, we have stupid people just weaponizing themselves. Hate comments on YouTube are the bane of it. They're the worst things to exist. Let's not do that on either people's video. But at the same time, Nikocado fully was cherry picking. I know he gets a lot of bad comments, but not all of them are that bad. If you go on Charlie's page, on his main video, the one that got super popular, all you'll see are comments that are not criticizing him or being malicious to him in any way. A lot of people are saying that it's just sad to see someone do so much to their own body. Not every comment is one intended of malice. So cherry picking aside, I think a lot of people just genuinely care for Nikocado. I feel like he's really self-aware but doesn't even care anymore because of his mental health. Genuinely concerned for the guy. That's what I'm saying. People are genuinely concerned deep down. You're cherry picking and you're only seeing the bad, which is obviously easy to see when a lot of comments roll in. I do get both sides.
Everyone's so desperate to squeeze as much milk as possible from those beautiful...
Oh, let's look at his thumbnail, shall we?
YouTube for a while. His name's Nikocado Avocado. If you're on...
That's not my name. Like this, and a title like this. This YouTuber is slowly killing himself. Reviews. You're not trying to squeeze something out of something? Yes, let's sensationalize things about me at my expense. I don't even know who you are. Cheap.
In 2021 YouTube, you gotta clickbait a little bit, buddy. But don't act like you didn't do it back, Nikocado. Don't act like you didn't. I'ma look at your thumbnails. Let me look at your thumbnails. Oh, yeah, there's a picture right there. A half naked shirt, looking like he's crying, looked like he's holding one tit and one rib. I'm at the hospital. Look at him, he's crying again. My diagnosis has arrived. He's crying, and he's got x-rays of his lungs. I'm disabled. Taco Tuesday. He's disabled. And tacos. Penguinz0 ruined me. I haven't seen a face that red since the last time I decided to put my face into some beetroots like they were ass cheeks. Are you kidding me? Don't talk about sensationalizing because you do it every video. Just, you gotta know that we're playing the game.
This whole disabled, this is wrong type of thing. There's such thing that's called temporarily disabled. My father was temporarily disabled for 5 years. My brother was temporarily disabled. We had surgery. My other brother was disabled. We had a skating accident. Plenty of people are disabled from bones, from joints. The list goes on. It's irrelevant whether you have it for a year or 10 years or you're born that way or you grow into that in old age. At the end of the day, I'm no longer able to do things that I had been once able or could or should have been able to do. Am I making fun of anyone else? Am I actually calling out disabled people?
No, but you are using it for views. It's a YouTube game. Like if you break something, you gotta put the title there and then do a face as well. Killed my dog. And then clickbait, your dog was fine. Did I die and get into a coma? Nope. Just forgot to wear a hat today. That's YouTube. Clickbait the hell out of people. I get it, but come on, bro. It feels like you're just doing this and trying to play the victim card and then gain sympathy even on top of the sympathy you already gained from the broken ribs. You're just playing the sympathy game or the victim card, and I gotta tell you, bro, those cards have been banned from Cards Against Humanity for a long time.
He was even extremely good at an instrument. I think it was the violin, if I remember correctly. He was
extremely good or still is extremely good.
This is why I find him funny. Have you ever seen someone play the violin with so much passion that it looks like you want to kick the violin in its face? I would love to see him as a composer with that face. The dark music that we would... Bro, Hans Zimmer would be out on the streets looking for work if Nikocado was a composer right now. Oh, by the way, his rebuttal was 40 minutes. I discovered halfway through that my editing software could play things in double time. So from now on, we're gonna watch Nick in double time. It still makes perfect sense, but what an invention.
Who are you to say that I was healthy because I was skinny? Does skinny equal healthy? Yes or no? Can you look at a person and say, oh, you're thin, therefore you must be healthy? You don't know what my blood work looks like, you don't know what my organ looks like?
Like I said before, it's probably a little misconception that being healthy means that you have to be a certain weight or at a certain weight. I know that the body mass index indicates what is a healthy weight, and technically you can say that Nikocado is unhealthy. I think he knows that he is, and by his own standards calls himself fluffy, fat, and a few other words. Orlin, of course, always roasts him.
Hurry, my hypoglycemia. Hurry. Stop it. That's what you have to clean. That's what he has to clean.
You know, he still seems happy about it. And if he's happy about it and can wake up and live his own life, then it's fine. I do think that showing pictures of him being thinner and then saying that he's clearly throwing his life away is, although factual, not right in the sense that people say that he's unhappy. But I don't think he's unhappy. He may be throwing his life away, but he's happy doing it. I think I can liken it to this. When we look at a show like Jackass, and you look at Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O, you know that these people are completely putting themselves in danger. They might wreck some shit. But it's hella entertaining and we still watch. Nobody's out there like, Johnny, please, don't go on the skate park, Johnny. You're gonna break your leg again. Which is the same thing that Nikocado's doing. He's like a stunt performer in a way. At the end of the day, this is his stunt. Mukbanging, OnlyFans, and breaking up with his boyfriend every day. That's his shtick, and it's working for him. So I can't really hate on it, is what I'm saying. And I don't think that we should as well. I think body standards are a very hard thing to deal with, but if you're happy in your own body, regardless of what other people think, you should be given that pass. If you're obese, like fully, and you can't walk, think about it. Think about it.
I like it big. I like it exciting. I like to taste test different things. I like various options. What if I don't like what I'm eating? There's something else to grab from. I like making this a treat for the viewers. I come every single day to share stories, and to entertain people, and share my life, to share someone else's life, to talk about whatever, to talk about food, to help people calm down after work, to give someone a laugh when they're going through a divorce. I'm there for people every day. It's not even about the food.
I guess he brings up an interesting point as to the fact that a lot of his fans like the stuff that he's doing. Like he said, a lot of them have a hard day, and them seeing him eat somehow makes their day easier. I know, to you and me, if I see him eat, it makes my day worse.
I'm squeezing. Oh.
But to a lot of people, it's like, okay, I like this. I guess we gotta sort of respect their choices in content. That's why there's so many genres on Netflix. If they just had 2 shows, it would be a horrible platform. The fact that there's a lot out there and his content appeals to a large demographic, you know, I applaud him for that somehow. He's got an entertaining shtick and it works for him. I think that his fans and the people he entertains really do like him for worse or better. They know that it's sort of like a drama show that never ends and that there's constant fights and lots of things happening. But it's the world that he chooses to live in.
It's not even about the food. It's really not. I barely eat. That's the #1 criticism I get, actually, from the mukbang world, which comes from Asia, by the way, and they're obsessed with watching people scarf it all down every last drop. That was my #1 critique for years. Nick doesn't finish his food. Nick doesn't finish his food. I don't. And now he's saying that I eat most of my food.
Also, yeah, he doesn't actually eat his food. Charlie, I gotta disagree with you. He doesn't eat his food at all, which is a thing that I personally get peeved off for. I don't know if you notice, time number 8,900,000, I say I'm from South Africa. A lot of people there don't have food at the end of the day. Fuck you, Nick. Eat your food.
And one thing you may have also noticed from that screenshot is his views are high, which is exactly why he does it. Yeah, most of them have more dislikes than likes, but even on the one
My views have been high. And it's not because I'm fat, it's not because I ate more this today, it's not because, oh, I broke my rib. I hustle so hard.
What happens when this is over, bro? What happens when people aren't viewing your videos as much because they're like, oh, hey, this is video number 84 that he's eating everything on the Wendy's menu. It's kind of boring now. What happens when the stick goes away? What happens when people aren't as excited with the fact that you and Orlin are playing UFC again?
What's wrong?
As everything in entertainment, there's a peak and then you go down. It's gotta end at some point. So what are you gonna do then? You can't eat your way out of that situation, bro.
Chef, that's still like 4,000 likes, and there are 4,000 people dropping a fat like, leaving an encouraging comment.
Dropping a fat like. Oh, so now we're gonna make fun of my viewers' weights. Okay. Usually people that do this have a lot of insecurities. You can't say that about me. If I was insecure about my weight, I certainly wouldn't be showing it off, bouncing it around, saying, woohoo, I am what I am. I'm proud to be who I am. I like my body. I'm confident. Usually it's projecting.
It's not projecting at all, and he's not making fun of your weight at all. But Nikocado, like he said in the video, he's happy about his weight. So great, that's perfect. But it is very hard to ignore the physical effects that have been taking place over the last 3 years. You can't ignore the fact that you have gained weight. And while you're at a good weight now, if in 3 more years you put on 300 more pounds, you'd be 650 pounds. And that is considered morbidly obese. And the word morbid is associated with death. It's the concern for the future is what we're talking about, Nick. Right now, you look good, man. You could probably still hit the breakdance if you wanted to. If you gain 300 pounds, if someone tells you to tie your shoe, that's a journey. That's what we're saying, bro. Also, it doesn't always have to mean projecting. I think your weight is fine. I might still make a few jokes because I think it's entertaining. I think Charlie making a few jokes and saying drop a fat like is just funny. It's you on your own channel. Always make jokes about your own weight. Self-deprecating jokes are funny. It's humor.
You know that I'm popular. We have very similar views, and I have 1/3 the amount of followers as you. I have 2 million on my main channel. You have 8 million. Your average video is about 1 million. My average video over there is about 1 million. You're using me.
He's not using you for views. I can tell you that much. If you'd like proof, I will show you proof. Okay, so I have a little analytic page thing that I can go to that I can give people views for. In the last 30 days, Nicocado's main channel has got 8.41 million views, and he put up 1 video. In the last month, Critical has put up 58 videos and got 143 million views. What that means is that your video, in the grand scheme of things, is roughly less than 10% off the views that he would get anyway. If he didn't do that, he would still get about 135 million views. I don't think he's using you for views. I think he's genuinely concerned. If anything, you're using him, because I also had a look at more Nicocado's channel. You're getting more views than you usually do, and that's because most of the titles have Penguinz0 in them, and the fact that you're profiting off of this beef. Anyway, video 2 done. Charlie then made a response to Nicocado's response, and these are the points that I think are important.
He spends the majority of the 41 minutes of this response video eating, because he does a mukbang during it, and asking, who is this? Who are you? Does anyone know this person? He makes it sound like because he doesn't know who I am, everything I've said is completely irrelevant.
That's true. I don't know why he did that at the start of the video. He was like, who is this? Who are you? And just kept doing that as if it was to prove some point. I'm not sure why Nikocado even did that. It makes no sense to me. Doesn't mean that you're less valid if you don't have a social status. Saying something should be equal value, equal importance.
But first of all, I'd like to say congratulations to Nick. It looks like his broken ribs are healing pretty well, because he starts this video by stomping into the room. And also check his TikTok. He's been going kind of hard, so it looks like his broken ribs seem to be doing better now. I remember when my mom broke a couple of her ribs, she genuinely couldn't walk for like a month.
In most cases, broken ribs usually heal on their own in 1 or 2 months. Took Nikocado 1 week. Bro, this man used stem cell research to heal himself. I don't know, man. If you ask me, I think it's a little fishy, a little imposter, a little sussy baka that his ribs heal so fast.
First of all, he talks about the people that went from my video to his to just be assholes. I always openly condemn this, and I should have again said don't go harass him, because it looks like people need a constant fucking reminder. I completely sincerely apologize for overlooking the fact that I need to remind people how to behave online.
Charlie, in his response, says that, you know, he is sorry. It is obviously not right to leave any bad comments on anyone's video. And, you know, he clears it up. He says sorry and sincerely apologizes. But also, realistically, it's not his job. He doesn't have to say that. This man is not a dad to 9 million people. Don't do it. It's pretty simple. And if you do it, don't blame him. Just because he made a video, your actions are not tied to his. He just made his own video. Your opinions don't necessarily correlate with this man's, so he shouldn't be asked to apologize. And he's just doing that out of the goodness of his heart. But realistically, come on. Fans themselves should know better than to post bad things on anyone's channel.
And I feel like it's reinforced by his audience on YouTube that encourage it, which is something he mentions in his videos from time to time. He says things like, you guys are doing this, and I think he's right. I think seeing those numbers grow and seeing those big numbers has completely reinforced the idea that in order to be successful, he has to keep eating this way, so he feels trapped to do it.
I agree. He's actually, yeah, he's got a shirt that sells much, and it's all your fault is what it says on it. And it's true. The people who are enabling him are the people watching him. And that is my great dilemma. On one hand, I'm like, he should be doing what he wants. It's his channel. On the other hand, I'm like, yeah, these people want to see a man wreck himself. You know, they should be concerned about his health and safety, but they click on the stuff that is more detrimental to his health. If this man started scoffing down 8 pizzas in 1 minute, you're guaranteed people would click. Every time he's ever broken up with Orlin, he's got more views than when he wasn't fighting with him. Nikocado's channel thrives on drama and dysfunction. It's really sad. And his audience are perpetuating and just enabling him to do more of that content, because if he doesn't get as many views. And on YouTube, views are the name of the game. In effect, he's sort of trapped. The only way that Nikocado is ever going to keep upping himself is by him doing worse and worse things. It's never going to get any easier, because if he just starts doing normal mukbangs or eating normal things, people won't watch as much. And it's scary, but that is the cycle that he's going through. I'm blowing your mind today, am I not? I'm so proud of myself. I'm like a lawyer, a little bit of a doctor. I'm a YouTube vigilante. Get in your panty. I don't know what I'm saying.
If Nikocado Avocado did not find success on YouTube and be known for eating such massive meals, he would not have gained the 200 pounds in 3 or so years. It is extremely rapid weight gain, and I don't think it would have happened had he not found success with this kind of mukbanging content on YouTube.
That, I feel, is speculation. I don't think that's necessarily true, because we don't know what would have happened had he not went down this path. He might have still ate and been just a very good overweight violinist. I do want to, you know, play the devil's advocate and be like, the weight gain is throwing a lot of people off, because I have seen other channels, and a lot of Korean channels and Asian channels as well, who have these massive amounts of food and do mukbangs, but they don't seem to put on any weight. I don't know what their metabolism is. Honestly, it's some crazy stuff. But they eat copious amounts of foods and don't gain weight. And I think that is just as unhealthy, but we don't necessarily bring it up as much.
He is completely different now mentally and physically than he was 4 years ago. Nowadays he's known for crying all the time on camera while eating, and he is constantly breaking down and crying while eating, which seems like he's much more unhappy now. And physically he's completely different. He requires a mobility scooter now when he goes out in public. You'll see it in his TikToks, you'll see it in his videos. When he is at a store, he requires a mobility scooter.
That is not fully true, sorry. I did actually watch the Nikocado Shorts channel. He was on a mobility scooter until the batteries came off.
It's not working.
I wonder why it stopped working.
It says the battery's low.
I wonder why it's slow.
It's...
Then he started walking around like the Grinch. So he's fully able. He's fine. He just likes driving in stores, I think. Oh yeah, and the other thing Charlie said was that yeah, he's crying a lot more and breaking down a lot more. That's for views. He's, you know, enhancing his character. He's playing a caricature like any TV show or something. If Nikocado was just eating silently for 50 minutes, would you click on the video realistically? But if he's screaming and saying, "Orlin hit me," or doing something like that and then pooping himself, how you think I found out about him? I figured out that there was a YouTuber who pooped himself on camera and then left a skid mark on the chair. Instantly, I had to watch it.
The next thing he talks about is this machine that he's had in every thumbnail for like the last 2 weeks. He says he's actually had this since he was a kid and it's nothing new, unrelated to mukbangs and all that. But then why all of a sudden now are you putting it so prominently in every thumbnail? It leads your viewers to believe that the situation's a lot more dire than it is, and you're doing it on purpose. You're trying to garner more sympathy out of the situation by having this machine here. It makes it seem like your health is on a really rapid decline. And I think the reason you're doing that is to get more views on it, because when people see that you're in distress, they want to see what's going on and want to make sure everything's okay.
That's a masterclass right there. Charlie explained it perfectly. Have a thumbnail that has people clicking on it because they're concerned. The reason people want to click on a thumbnail mostly is because of curiosity. The less you say in the title, the more vague you make it, the more it makes people want to click. For instance, if I made a video about my grandma and my grandma picked up an onion and then threw it at a window, and I said, "Grandma picks up onion and throws it window," people would know exactly what it's about. But if I made a video with a silhouette of a small figure and said, "She did this and now we're in trouble," people would be like, "What did she do and how much trouble?" Do you see what I mean? Anyway, that is the end of Charlie's second and last rebuttal. He hasn't made a video since, and I really don't think he'll make one after this. But Nikocado seemed to make one more just to get back at Charlie again. I'll go through this quickly, but I think most points have been talked about.
This supposed, "Oh, I'm coming from a place of concern. I'm coming from a place of, I'm sad for you. I'm actually concerned for you." Yeah, you're so damn fucking concerned, yet you did nothing about that video that's currently spewing all over the internet. Grown-ass man sitting in his gaming room, making videos about other grown-ass men.
Grown-ass man sitting in his gaming room talking about other grown-ass men? That feels oddly personal. Oh my god. That's a commentary channel, Nick. You know they exist. They've always existed. People have been making videos about you, okay? This is how you get more views as well. Don't act like you haven't got more views. It's sort of like a codependent relationship. Commentary channel talks about someone, their views slightly go up too. It's commentary, bro.
You take the situation at hand for what it is at face value. If I approach you and say, "Look, this is bothering me," say something to your followers, and you don't go back to that video and help stop something, that's on you.
Actually, Nick, I do want to bring up a point that Charlie does not know about, but I do. In one of your recent videos as a disabled person, you said the N-word.
That nasty-ass piece of
and you bleeped it out, and people got outraged. And instead of you taking that down, here's what you did. You said, "If you want to see what I said, go to my Patreon. It's uncensored there." Basically, you tried to monetize yourself saying the N-word. So I think, personally, you lose all credibility when you try to monetize yourself instead of taking that down and apologizing. It's not a word you should be saying.
And in this video, he's like, "Why did I call you disgusting? I never said that." Yeah, but you said my actions were disgusting. Same thing.
Oh, sorry. I almost missed that. That's not at all the same thing. Not even close. Saying someone's actions are disgusting is absolutely not calling them disgusting. Are you kidding me? If Idris Elba takes a poo-poo on the lawn and then just pulls his pants up and starts walking, and I say that is a disgusting thing you've done, bro, he's still relatively a handsome man. He just did a weird thing. It's disgusting. I'm not saying that he's disgusting. I'm saying what he did is almost unreasonably stupid. We think you eating copious amounts of food and gaining extreme amounts of weight and not understanding the implications it has on your body is harmful to you. We think your actions are disgusting. Or they're not great. You as a person, I think you look great, bro. I'm a little scared of the thin version of you. Feels like you're gonna slap me across the face. This version seems more cuddly, if you want my honest opinion. So, I don't think that's at all correlating. You're wrong about that.
But part of being a responsible creator is that when someone approaches you and say, hey, look, I'm in distress because of you, and you have the nerve to say, oh, well, he advertises Patreon, so I just don't take any of this seriously. F you. F you. It was 5 seconds, and I say it in every video. Do you discredit universities that are funded by things? Do you discredit medical studies because they're funded by things?
No, but universities and medical studies are non-profit. You're making a profit from a video talking about something that you seem to be concerned about. Therefore, it discredits you. It disqualifies your credibility at any given moment. If a university from like Stanford was talking about depression, and in the middle of depression, they were like, buy my new app, Candy Crush 8. I'd walk the fuck out of that interview. There are certain videos that maybe you shouldn't advertise on. And I know that you say that it's your livelihood and it's all your money, but you can go one video without it. It just cheapens and waters down your argument, and I take it so much less seriously if in the middle of the video you advertise stuff like your Patreon and Cameo.
This preaching righteousness, the superiority, like this is what's right, this is what's wrong. Am I targeting other people? Am I making videos about other people? I'm not. So there's the difference. There lies the difference.
Stephanie So and Zach Choi would disagree. Don't actually know what went on a couple years ago, but all I had to do was a quick search, and I mean, just looking at the titles, it looks like you were manipulative and you said this and that and had a big falling out. You even put them in the title and did a response video, so you do be talking about people, bro. I actually sent Nikocado and his management an email and reached out to him. You know, I didn't get a response, but that's fine. The thing is, how are people supposed to reach you if they don't feel like they're getting through to you? And secondly, you claim that your videos are your livelihood, so are his. So just as you're allowed to make your content, he's allowed to make his. YouTube is a free platform, bro. You can't be this hypocritical and be like, haha, you can't be this hypocritical. I forgot my point. You can't be this hypocritical and act like your content matters more than his. Everyone's equal here, baby.
Then what's the problem? If you're not concerned by what I'm doing, then what are these videos for? Clicks. Real concerned people don't go about it this way. They don't. They absolutely don't.
Avocado is doing something comparable almost every single day.
And? Alright, then don't use Matt Stoney as an example. Pick out one of the other hundreds of other channels that eat every single day like I do that are skinny. Where's your preaching for them?
You want me to show you? Type in Penguinz0 so young. There it is. There. He did a video on another mukbanger who was doing something detestable. There you go. There's your proof, Nick. And for the record, Nick, if you ever want to come after me, which I don't think you will, because why would you? I also made a video on So Young. You're not the only person that we have concerns about. Proven wrong, yet again, Nick. You should do your research. You were so adamant that Charlie did not watch your videos and did not do the research. But you didn't either. What the hell? Why am I the one who has to do research for both of you? I have to watch Nicocado's 8 million hour videos, then I have to tell you about Charlie's whole backstory. Is this what I'm delegated to do? Where is iDubbbz when you need content cop? I look like content prisoner.
Getting thousands and thousands of people saying that I deserve to be dead because I'm so bad to my body, I'm such a bad role model. Whether you say it or not, it came from your video, and that, you know, if I could change some of their opinions, then I'm a little bit happier. I know I can't change yours, you stand by all of this, and I know exactly what you're doing.
Anyway, Nikocado ends the video by saying that he can only try and change some people's opinions, but not Charlie's. And that is, for now, the end of this little back and forth between two big YouTubers. One metaphorically, the other one both. I think that the back and forth brought up a lot of questions that I was thinking about personally. And I think that you guys should think about it too. Yes, Nikocado is doing something terrible to his own body. But it is America, and it is YouTube, and he does have freedom, so shouldn't he be allowed to? I think the bigger question, and Charlie briefly brought it up, is whether his fans will be able to watch him if he made other content, because they're sort of enabling him, and they're sort of the ones who are like, yeah, I'm clicking on this video, so do more of that. If we wanted to see Nikocado really get help, the best thing to do, honestly, would be to not watch him. Because if he doesn't get any clicks doing that type of content, maybe he changes up and he does some other type where it's more healthy, and then people do click on it. Then he'd probably do that for a living. Maybe Nick's not wrong. Maybe Charlie's not wrong. Maybe YouTube allowing this type of content, knowing that this is the inevitable, thing for a man who probably is going to lose years of his life, is not a good thing. Maybe they need to take some sort of damage control, because YouTube does censor a lot of things. They censor swear words and they censor certain types of content. A lot of videos get limited and demonetized for nothing. Why are we watching a man do this to himself and allowing it to happen? Why is YouTube allowing that type of content? It seems like the commentary channels have to act as moral barometers in this day and age on YouTube, because if we don't tell it what we think is not right, then they just let any content succeed. And while I honestly like Nikocado and think his content is entertaining, at the end of the day, I'd love to see this guy live a healthy, prosperous life. I think that's more important. His health comes before my entertainment. I'll say it like everyone else. I'm concerned for him. But at the same time, I respect his decision that if he wants to keep making these videos. Anyway, that is the video. Thank you so much for watching it. I know it was a little different. If you like this type of content, maybe I should do more. If you don't like it, just tell me I suck, I guess. I'm sorry. I just wanted to do this video and I thought it would be something that would be cool for us and the internet and everyone else to look at. If you enjoyed it, then leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you stick around for the next one. Take care of yourselves and let's all love each other. Consensually. R. Kelly, consensually. One night, baby, is on anybody encore. Two-tone, maybe I'm ball just like a downpour. 3 more women that call me till you get insecure. 4, 5 on me if you walk out the door. One night, baby, is on anybody encore. Two-tone, maybe I'm ball just like a downpour. 3 more baddies that call me till you get insecure. 4, 5 on me if you walk out the door.